Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, like these videos, and if you can leave a comment, I will comment back to you as well. This is just going to be a quick video about what is different travelling now to what it was travelling before coronavirus did hit. And I'm going to talk you through the stages that happened to me from the airport, from taking off in Gatwick to landing in Greece and coming back home, and hopefully this will help you all. So starting off when we first got to the airport, obviously we did do meet and greet purple parking, so we had to drive to the Sofitel Hotel, which was completely as normal as it was before COVID, although it was a lot quieter. Park the car as normal, you have to put your mask on as soon as you exit the car, give your keys in, and then you make your way over to the terminal. Before you enter the terminal, you do have to make sure your mask is on, and this mask will have to be changed every 4 hours, and it has to be changed sooner if it does get wet or damaged. The airport was very quiet, although it was also very warm even in the UK. So before you enter the terminal, you do need to make sure that you are wearing your mask. Once you've entered the terminal, all the coffee shops are closed just before check-in, so that means you can check in straight away. You are met by the check-in agents, and they will ask you before you check in to show them your passenger locator form. The passenger locator form is required to get into the country. We was visiting Greece, so to do this you just go onto the government website and you can complete the form. This will need to be completed 48 hours before travel, and the Greece government will send you a QR code the night before arrival, which you will show when you do get into Greece. Apart from that, check-in is normal, although they do have the screens up like all of the shops as well. After you've checked in, you will make your way through to security. Security was very quiet because obviously there's not many flights flying. However, this is completely normal, although you do need to keep your mask on at all times. Once you're through security, duty free was open. You could walk through and have a little look. You cannot pick anything up unless you are buying it, and that is to avoid lots of people touching it and spreading germs. Duty free was open, Boots was open, WH Smith's and the Wetherspoons, and there was also Starbucks open a little bit later on as well. So there's not many shops or restaurants open in Gatwick Airport, but there is enough for you to grab something to eat or drink before your flight. The airport does have the 2-metre social distancing markers all throughout the airport. And then when you do board the plane, you board as usual, apart from when you wait in the gate until your row is called. You are boarded row by row, and this is to make sure that not many people are rushing to get on the plane, and you can all social distance whilst you are boarding the plane. You are met by the cabin crew, and they have also got their face masks on. You can only take your face mask off on the flight or at the airport if you're eating or drinking, otherwise it must be on at all times. It was 17, so we managed to board quite soon, and then we were sat down and we was waiting for the person that was going to sit next to us because we got told the plane was full. However, the captain announced that 20 people hadn't turned up for their flight, and the person that's supposed to be sitting next to us was one of those people, so therefore we had the row to ourselves. The flight is like normal, the entertainment system comes down, so you can obviously see the safety video, and there is stuff to do on the plane. However, the only difference is they do not serve your duty free. When they do come around with the food and drink service, they do it as usual and you keep your mask on, but it is very limited. There's only a few hot snacks, and there's also a few cold drinks and crisps as well for you to buy. You can take your mask off to eat and drink these, but after you finish you must put them back on. So you are required to wash your hands every so often for 20 seconds, and you are also encouraged to use hand sanitizer. They do supply you with some hand sanitizer when you do buy some food and drink from the in-flight service. So I have heard some rumours that you do have to put your hand up to go to the toilet. However, this isn't true. You can go to the toilet as normal, although you are not allowed to queue down the aisle, so you can only get up to go to the toilet once the toilet is available. Other than this, the plane journey and the flight was exactly the same as normal, although wearing your mask for the whole duration. When we landed in Greece, they let us off row by row. You get on to the buses and then go straight into the terminal. So in the terminal, we did have to queue for quite a while for passport control. They do scan your passports, and then you do have to show them your passenger locator form QR code. After you've gone through there, we got to go upstairs into the airport, and this is where we was met by the police and the medical professionals. With this, we also had to show them our QR code, and it gave them all of our information to contact us if there was any cases of COVID-19 on the plane or staying in our hotel. Everyone over the age of 18 did get given a tube, and you walked around the corner behind a wooden screen for you to get tested for coronavirus, which was a quick swab at the back of your throat on your tonsils, or if you don't have tonsils, just on the back of your throat. You do get an email 24 hours after this if you are positive, but if you're negative, you will not be told. However, you will be told if someone on the plane or staying at your hotel has been tested positive, and you will be required to self-isolate whilst you're on holiday. We then went out the airport. You could then take your mask off for a little breather, and we was met by one of the reps to tell us which coach we was on to get to our hotel. Before you get on the coach, the mask has to be put back on, and the reps give you a little safety speech about the coach and the drop-offs it's going to do. In Greece, you have to wear a mask when you're at the airport, in any forms of transport, including taxis, and also if you're in supermarkets, and some shops and cafes ask you to wear them as well. When we got to the resort, it was like a normal resort, however, everything was spread out. The sunbeds were all 2 metres apart, so there was very limited sunbeds, which meant your chance of getting a sunbed in the morning if you went down late was very, very small. There was chairs for you to sit on in the sun and still enjoy your holiday, which we managed to do. Check-in at the hotel was normal. You had to put your mask on whilst you was in reception, and then we got a golf buggy up to our room. Once you're in your room, we did get told that the cleaner will only come every 3 days, not every day. So that means that when they came, they would disinfect the room and then it would be signed and sealed for you to enter back into once that is done. The holiday was normal. The only difference for us was obviously we stayed in all-inclusive, so the buffet restaurant was very different. It was still a buffet, however, you couldn't go up and collect your own food. You had to go up and the waiters and the chefs would ask what you wanted and they'll put that on the plate for you. Same as the bar, you had to go up and there was machines for you to help yourself, however you had to ask them to do it for you and they would pass you the drink, and this is just to make sure that there's not a lot of germs being passed around by touching the items that everyone will be able to use. The pool at the hotel was very big and there was a sign that says it can hold up to 120 people. However, the sign next to it related to COVID-19 was only allowed to hold 60 people. So it's been halved, and that means there's more space for you to be in the pool so you're not touching each other. Whilst you're walking around the hotel, you all have to maintain social distancing, and everyone was following this and no one was getting too close to you. All of the tables in the restaurant, at the bar, and all of the sunbeds were always spread out, so you was never too close to anyone. So after a week, our holiday did come to an end, unfortunately, and we was waiting for our transfer bus. As soon as you see the transfer bus pull up to take you back to the airport, you do have to put your mask on before you enter. As you can see the picture next to me, this is me with the mask on. Bearing in mind, it was about 31 degrees, so it wasn't very comfortable, but we had a lovely holiday out of it. You then got on the coach and the transfer bus. You do need to keep your mask on at all times, unless you are having a sip of water, and then you can take your mask down. We had a few pickups to do. There's about 6 hotels. So we went around there and it did take about an hour and 15 minutes before we did get to the airport. You also do have to complete a passenger locator form to come back to the UK, which you have to do only 48 hours before you return. Everyone on the coach did complete this apart from 2 people, so we was delayed a little bit and they had to sort that out, which was very annoying for us. So it did make us a bit later to the airport than what was expected. When we got to Greece airport, you go in having to wear a mask. Social distancing is in place. However, the queues are still very lengthy because there was quite a lot of people taken off, but the queues do look longer because you have to social distance. Checked in as usual with the screens, then you go through security, which obviously you have to keep your mask on for all of this. The airport wasn't very big. There's a few duty-free shops and a few places to buy some lunch from. However, with this, you keep your mask on and you cannot touch anything unless you're buying it. So it's the same as Gatwick. The airport did get quite busy, but we was only in there for about an hour before we did board the plane. We got told our gate, to get to our gate you had to go through passport control again, so they did scan your passport, and then we got to our gate where they boarded us to the plane row by row. Once on the plane, everyone got on the plane quite quickly, so we did take off before we was expected, which meant the flight did obviously land back in London Gatwick a lot quicker than what we was told. On the plane, you had to keep your mask on, same as going out there. You could take it off for eating or drinking, and the food service and the drink service was the same. They'd come up to you and you would still be able to buy food and drink, and then they'd also come back to collect rubbish, but they will not do the duty-free service. So the only chance to buy duty-free is at the airport before, obviously boarding the plane. So we landed back at Gatwick, and then you do get off the plane row by row, and you have to social distance. Walked an absolute trek to get to passport control. However, once we got there, the queues were quite short. We managed to go through the electronic scanner for passport control, and they did not ask to see our passenger locator forms. However, I would also recommend to make sure you do them in case you do get asked, because it does have your details on. After that, we managed to collect our baggage and exit the airport as normal. Managed to pick the car up. You still have to wear a mask until you get in your car, and then you're mask free and you can drive home. All in all, the holiday was rather normal, apart from having to wear a mask at the airport and social distancing, but it's still able to travel, and you are also able to have an enjoyable holiday, so I wouldn't say not to book. It is summer now, so I would start booking summer holidays for the safe destinations like Greece and Turkey, as obviously lots of people are booking them at the moment. When I got back to the UK, did get a corona test just to make sure that I wasn't positive, and it did come back negative, as you can see. So that means that 10 out of 10 holiday, and it also means I didn't catch the virus, just caught a tan. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Like I've said already, please make sure you subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. Also like the video and leave a comment. There will be more videos dropping, however they won't all be travel related, there will be other videos as well. So if you're not that into travel, make sure you still subscribe, and there will be videos coming along. Thank you.